Doing very well. My name is Jesse Hughes, and I want to say thank y'all for taking out of your time, taking out of your schedule to look at this video that I'm getting ready to do. And if you find this video to be inspiring and find this video to be informative, I want you to like it. I want you to hit that notification button. I want you to leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and share it with someone. Because this is something that we'll be going down this path. And it's something that I very seldom talk about when I talk about racial, things that pertains to race, that it pertains to, hatred, that it pertains to something that is genocide. But over the last couple of weeks, over the last months, I said we'll be going down a certain path, we'll be going down certain roads as it pertains to people of the continent of Africa, we did as of the diaspora. And I was reading over on the internet and I came across this letter. This letter was written during the year of 1883. And the guy that written this letter was a guy by the name of King Leopold II. He was a Belgian king. His father had passed and left him heir to the kingship. But because it was a new state, he didn't have any clout. He didn't have any type of backing, because this state was like a state was 25, 50 years in the making. So he didn't have a lot of things to go that was going for him. So what King Leopold did, he said, well, what I'm going to do, when you go into a certain land, I want you to exploit the land. I want you to change mindsets. I want you to get the young kids while they're young and change their mindsets. Because if anybody understands that King Leopold II was a guy that was very ruthless. He was very very hard. He would, if you didn't do what he said, he would, cut off your hands, or he would cut off your heads. He would burn down villages. He would, rape women. He would do everything he can to change the mindset of the people. So he began to say, well, since, I can't get the United States backing, I can't get certain type of people backing because I'm a new state, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the continent of Africa, during the Congo, because they have a lot of trees there. They have a lot of rubber trees there, and I'm going to exploit them because of these rubber trees. But what I'm going to do, the missionaries that will be going forth, I want you to go forth, but I don't want you to go forth saying that we're going to evangelize the people of the Congo, for they already know who God is. They know that you're not supposed to sleep with people. Why? You're supposed to kill. You're supposed to lie. They say they know that already. But what I want you to do, when you go to present the gospel to them, present the gospel in a way that you would change their mindsets as being a warlike type of people. But I want you to change their mindsets to say, well, if you go to heaven, it is harder for a rich man to go to heaven than you to walk through the eyes of a needle. He said, I want you to change your mindset as it pertains to war, as it change their mindset as it pertains to confrontation. If you confront us, I want you to change their mindsets of anything that pertains to them standing up and revolting against what we believe. I want you to change that mindset. And not only do I want you to change their mindsets, I want you to change the mindsets of the kids. I want you to, when you go out, preach the gospel, but don't have the idea of saying that you're going to, evangelize, or you're going to change these certain type of people. He called them an N-word. He say, don't go with that mindset, but go with the mindset of saying that I'm going to have an industry over here. I'm going to exploit them for their rubber trees. I'm going to exploit them for whatever I can get out of them. Because you got to understand that during the land of the Congos, they had rubber trees, and during the late 1800s, early 1900s, that was during the time when they had the automobile coming into play. And the automobile needs tires, need rubber tires. That's why, you had people like Firestone. They had to produce a lot of different type of rubber tires for these automobiles. So what King Leopold says, well, since, people are needing rubber tires and people need rubber for certain type of machinery, and I'm going to exploit the people of the Congo, and I'm going to make them believe in, that they are lesser than us. I'm going to make them be soldiers if people don't do like we said going to do. If they're not going to labor like we're going to labor, we're going to cut off their hands, we're going to cut off their heads, we're going to do anything that's necessary for people to have a type of slave labor. So King Leopold was a very ruthless person, and he said, I'm going to exploit the people of the Congo for my own interests, for the Belgium interests. I'm going to exploit them. That's why they would do what they did. That's why they took the gospel to them, but their objective wasn't to convert people to Christianity, but their objective was to sort of stake out the rubber tree industry and stake out their mindset and change the people of Congo to believe like, well, you got to be poor always. For the poor, you will have what you always. And that's why they would always go there to change the mindset of Congos, change the mindset of the kids, because he said, if I could change their mindsets, then they're easy prey. They won't revolt against me because I've already changed their mindsets to know that we're the father of their souls. Not only that, King Leopold wrote in that letter, he says, don't even go, I want you to change their mindsets when it comes to their deities, when it comes to mysticism, when it comes to how they feel about, gods, and how they feel about, war weaponry and stuff like that. I want you to change their mindsets. That's why it was kind of easy to overcome the people of the Congos, because they began to change their mindsets. Their motives wasn't for the gospel, but their motive was to change them through the cloak of the gospel. And in that cloak of the gospel, that is why I'm going to exploit them. That's why I'm going to be able to get all the rubber trees, and I'm going to make rubber to send it to different types of the world so I can make money off of those things. So that is why the people of the Belgians, that's why King Leopold was esteemed or looked upon as being a king of great wickedness, of evil king, because he did whatever means necessary to make his pocket fat when it comes to rubber, when it comes to the rubber trees, when it comes to that industry, as taking money from the Congolese, as taking people from the Congo. So he began to kill, pillage, rape, burn down everything, because he said, I'm going to make a name for myself, I'm going to make a profit for myself, and I'm going to use it in the side of the gospel. I'm going to use it with saying that the gospel is why we're here, but I'm going to exploit, I'm going to pillage, I'm going to bring everything for my own selfish purposes. So when you look at the gospel, when it comes to missionaries, when it comes to the Belgians, the missionaries, when it comes to the spreading of the gospel during the land of the Congos, their objective was not to convert the Congos to Christianity, but their objective was to make sure that these people have a mindset of submission, have a mindset of giving up their beliefs and their mysticism and their weaponry and their weapon mindset. So that is what the missionaries, that is what the preachers, that is what the fathers, that is what the reverends did during this time of 1883 on up to the early 1900s. So you got to understand that when it comes to motives, when it comes to intentions, make sure that your intentions is right, make sure that your motives is right, because you never want to get into the mindset of exploiting a person, doing things that is not right when it comes to intentions. So that is what this video was about, how the missionaries went to exploit the people of the Congos, and not only exploit the people of the Congos by their rubber, but he had to change their mindset as it pertains to God and the gospel. So if you like this video, I want you to like, I want you to share, I want you to comment, I want you to subscribe to my channel. And until this time, next time, I will give you more important information as it pertains to the African continent and we of the diaspora. So until this time, next time, I want to say God bless you, Yeshua, God bless you.